It started off as a joke. A cruel one. The community talent show was a yearly event in the small town of Mayfield, an excuse for neighbors to gather, laugh, and cheer at everything from children's magic tricks to slightly off-tune karaoke. But this year, the organizers thought it would be hilarious to sign up someone unexpected, someone who didn't quite belong. That someone was Edna Monroe. 83 years old, thin as a reed, with her long gray braid always tied with a ribbon that matched her floral dresses, Edna had lived in Mayfield for decades. Most saw her as harmless and sweet, always at the farmer's market, feeding stray cats, or talking to flowers on her morning walks. No one knew much else about her, just that she lived alone in the big blue house near the woods. It was Matt and Tyler, two teenage pranksters, who added her name to the show's sign-up list under the category, singing. They snickered about how funny it would be to see her totter on stage, maybe sing an old lullaby in a shaky voice, and then forget the words halfway through. The audience would laugh. That was the plan. They didn't expect her to say yes. But when Edna received the invitation letter from the community center, she read it twice, smiled, and carefully placed it on her piano. That night, she dusted off a stack of old sheet music and pulled out a velvet box from under her bed. The night of the show, the school auditorium was packed. Kids in glittery costumes, nervous parents, the mayor in the front row. Laughter echoed between acts. Some performances were good, others charmingly terrible. Then the host tapped the microphone. Next up, we have Edna Monroe, singing a piece titled, O mio babino caro. There were muffled giggles. The spotlight lit up the stage. Slowly, with dignity, Edna walked out. She wore a simple dark gown and pearls that looked like they belonged in another century. The ribbon in her braid tonight was silver. Some people whispered, expecting a forgetful old lady moment. Tyler nudged Matt and stifled a laugh. And then Edna began to sing. A hush fell instantly over the crowd. Her voice, rich, strong, heartbreakingly pure, soared through the room like a bell. Every note was flawless, filled with emotion, trembling with longing and grace. It wasn't just technical perfection. It was alive with soul. People sat frozen. Children stopped whispering. Even the stagehands backstage stood motionless. The melody danced through every corner of the auditorium, flooding the room with something that felt too sacred for words. Tears welled up in the eyes of many. By the final note, Edna's voice faded into a silence so deep you could hear someone gasp softly. And then, the auditorium erupted. People leapt to their feet. A full standing ovation. Cheers. Applause that shook the walls. Even the mayor had tears in his eyes. Tyler and Matt sat frozen, mouths hanging open, the weight of what they had done sinking in not with laughter, but with shame. After the show, reporters came. Video clips of her performance went viral. The next day, headlines read, 83-year-old woman silences crowd with opera performance that brought a town to tears. But Edna, she went home quietly. She fed the cats. She watered her dahlias. And that night, she opened the velvet box again. Inside was an old photograph, a young woman in a black dress standing beside a piano in a grand opera house. Beneath it, a ticket stub from a Paris concert, dated 1962. She smiled softly to herself and whispered, it was never a joke. It never had been.